Welcome back, new viewers and Game Bears. It's time for a new episode of the Kirby Superstar Ultra playthrough, and today we have Meta Nightmare Ultra. That cool knight's reappeared. Defeat foes to store power, then touch the screen to use abilities he trains as he journeys. Bring on the Sword Knight with you to Comet at the end, Galaxy's end. So, let us do this and begin new game. Alright, KO foes to store power. Touch icons on the lower screen to use skills. These skills right over here. You have Meta Quick, which allows Meta Knight to move faster. Knight's Call, which allows him to summon either a Blade Knight or Sword Knight. It's completely random. There's only one small difference Swords Knights have compared to Blade Knights. For 10 points, you can heal yourself. And for 30 points, you get to use the unstoppable Mach Tornado, which is actually was originated in Meta Nightmare, in Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland, and later used in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, which was the latest Smash Bros. Game out at the time of this game. Next page, Mach Tornado, 30 points, just damages all foes on the screen, which is a bit of a screen nuke, especially for weaker enemies and certain bosses. Alright, heal. Recover health. Increases speed for Meta Quick, and Night Call calls a friend to fight by your side. So let us start the game. Alright, and like I mentioned in the previous episode, this is just every mode that we've done. That being Spring Breeze, Dyna Blade, Meta Nightmare's Revenge, the Great Cave Offensive, and Milky Way Wishes, all with Meta Knight. And his moveset, as you can see here, is a combination of Sword and the Wing ability. So now if we look at many different things, Meta Knight. Unlimited power in your blade. Command your called Knight, train, and journey to the cosmos. Alright, he has all of his different attacks. He also has certain properties that allow him to break sticks that the stone and the hammer ability would normally only be able to break. Plus, Meta Knight, I think, has a bit more range with his attacks. Still has the sword beams as well. Can do the multi-slicing attack. And we just fly off, and every enemy we defeat gives us more power to use. Alright, and let us call a knight right now, and we got ourselves a Blade Knight. And Meta Knight can block as well, like that. He does do a lot more damage than Kirby's sword ability, too. Guess Meta Knight just got a bit lazy, he just wanted to go on his own little journey, too. Or, not getting lazy. He didn't want to be lazy, not being able to go on his own journey. But you can even destroy your own partner if you want to, and unlike with Kirby, it doesn't bring a little copy item with you. Hey, we got ourselves a Sword Knight. What I used to do all the time back in elementary school was I'd constantly despawn Blade Knights until I got a Sword Knight, just because I always preferred their design, and still to this day I kind of do. And I don't think Meta Knight gets nearly as many healing items either, because, well, he can heal himself pretty much whenever he wants. Provided he has the energy for it. But anyways, we have ourselves our first boss. That being Wispy Woods. He's real easy, just stab upwards. And you know the stab attack I'm using over here? This is the only difference between the Sword Knight and the Blade Knight. Because the Blade Knight does not have that attack, while the Sword Knight does. That's literally it. And that'll become apparent in a later episode as well. Like, we might as well turn this into a speedrun, it goes by so quickly. I get this hero one up. Alright, so we do still get healing items, just not nearly as much. Alright, now we have Mr. Frosty again. Won't take long to be him. Now we can just go around. I mean, does Meta Knight really need the warp star? You can just fly straight over there, kind of like what he's doing now. Alright, now it's time for Lo and La La La. Just like in their original mode, just hit him a few times, and they'll be done for in mere seconds. I can even hit him through the platform. And weirdly enough, that sword attack Kirby doesn't have either, the upward stab attack. And now we're at a maximum of 50 points. We can heal ourselves right here. It's a lot easier when you're using it on an actual DS and using a stylus pen, but since that's not what we're using it on, we kind of have to pause for a second, which can be a little annoying sometimes, and I think might end up being annoying later on in the game, but we'll see. Hello, Aaron, how you doing today? And now we're against Kracko Jr. I'm doing just fine, thank you for asking. I took damage, but that's okay. And now why don't we heal that off real fast, so we can get ourselves our little sword beams. And another one up, which does stay with us for the rest of the mode as well, even in the other modes. And there should be another one down here, I think. Nope, just a drink. It's just orange juice, it's totally not another drink we might be thinking. Alright, we can fly our way past here. Just be careful of any enemies. He also has limited flight, sadly, unlike in later games. We can go into the moon in the background, just like we did beforehand. And there's no healing. Oh, wait a minute. Ah, give me that one up. I want it. Alright, there we go. Alright, bonkers. With a naughty in the arena. Yep, it was a pretty neat video indeed with the whatchamacallit, the Milky Way raids. Alright, down goes bonkers, and now we're fighting Kracko. Back when I was in elementary school, I used to call him Kracko for some reason, I don't know. I thought there was an extra R in the middle. Well, you know what that means. You can make it a really funny Kirby-related joke. Like, he's smoking Kracko, right? Bad joke, sorry. I don't condone smoking that stuff, you know. But anyways, down he goes. And now we're in Mountain DDD and Castle DDD. Alright, time to show King DDD why he's top tier, or why Meta Knight is top tier in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And remember what I said about the Mach Tornado? Well, here's its true strength. It's a screen nuke, which will one-shot most enemies, and do massive damage to most bosses like we just did to Meta Knight over here, and down he goes. And we still shoot him right out of the castle. Oh no, wait, never mind. Meta Knight just flies right out and just leaves King DDD to die. Alright, and these are the two different modes. We did that in just a little over 5 minutes. Onward to level 2, that being Dyna Blade. And we can even save. Yeah, thank goodness he got that for me, because as I was going off, I saw that. Alright, Dyna Blade is flying over. Hey, a feather. I mean, it's like, oh boy, a bird's flying over, time to beat the shit out of him. Calm down, Meta Knight, there's no reason to do that. Alright. I wish some of these enemies would die in one hit whenever I do a downward stab attack like that, but whatevs. Alright, time to go down here. Might as well use my Meta Quick skill, where I can move very fast. I should be able to get that. Yes, I can. And look at that, he's moving so fast he's got after images. Imagine if you can move so fast you can make after images. Don't worry, this is not going to be the last game I bring that up. Alright, that didn't last as long as I thought it would, but that's alright. We can go over here for a nice little one-up. Once again, this game is really generous with them. Go in here. And I'm Meta Quick once again. It even gives my dash attack more range, and I think that's pretty cool. Alright, time to heal once again. I don't know what that is that we just ate. I think it's a piece of cake or something. A literal piece of cake. Anyways, down you go. Chef Kawasaki, your food is so bad, your whatchamacallit went out of business. Your restaurant went out of business because your food is so bad. Yeah, that's right. But anyways, y'all remember those special stages we went into in Kirby's playthrough of this? Well, they don't exist here, sadly. However, we can fight Meta Knight's cohorts, the Meta Knights. Awesome, really creative name. And don't worry, these guys are going to be very important later on. And you'll see what I mean later on throughout this mode. And we go down here to this water for a nice little one-up. Make our way through here once again. We can go up here. Ah, you mother. Anyways. Alright, I should be able to hit that from the other side, and I can. And, like I mentioned, that secret door, or button over here to the secret entrance is not there. But, weirdly enough, the secret room is still here. I wish they replaced it with, like, a Maxim tomato or something, but I guess Meta Knight just doesn't eat those. But, does he really need them when you can just insta-heal just for a measly 10 points? I don't know. But then again, this healing is going to be very important later on. When we get later into this mode, you're going to need to preserve it. Hey, wake up, Naughty. You're not allowed to sleep. Alright, time to blast our way through the castle. Once again, Meta Knight could do that without a warp star, but I guess you need some sort of indication to move on to the next screen. Alright, here's the area with the wheelies. Get them out of here. Alright, get that. And I got that lime, I think that was. I don't know what that was. And now we have a fight with Bonkers. I'm just gonna keep doing normal sword slashes against him. And look at that, my sword knight killed him. Alright, now remember what I said earlier in this episode about how Meta Knight has the power to break, to break stakes like these? That's how he can do it. No need for stone or hammer ability. And just like that, we get 3 free 1-ups. Alright, now we're in the next area of Dyna Blade. And let's get this free 1-up as well. Just wait for the Gordo to go past, because we're just polite like that. Alright, down you go, Polar Bear. I got zapped, but that's fine. Alright, now we're past the auto-scroller, now we have this here segment with all the stone abilities. Might as well heal, because I am only about half low on HP. Alright, what will be in this door? Another free 1-up, only without the other treats that are normally in this room. Not the best placement for that one will do, because how was I supposed to know he was there? Ah, whatevs. Just keep on flying through here. Alright, minecart section. It's technically not a minecart, but might as well. Those mechanisms are actually reused in certain stages in Super Smash Bros. Brawl's Subspace Emissary. Just wanted to point that out, since he's wearing the original Kirby Superstar. And time to go through here as well. Alright, we're almost at the end of this stage. And now up next, our next opponent is Bugsy. Doesn't he know that bug fighting types lose to flying and dark types? Just flying types. But still. Almost to the next and final stage of Dyna Blade before the boss. Excuse me, you said that Pokemon's name. But, just trying to read that while I play this. Maybe he did get them through a space-time distortion, I didn't think of that. Alright, now we can go through here if we want to. Get shot all the way up here in this little cinematic segment. Nice little free one-up for us. And let's heal because I'm hurting over here. Maybe I didn't need to heal with that strawberry sitting over here. Alright, this should be where the lava is. No, it isn't. That's on a different part of the stage. Alright, and for some reason, Meta Knight can also light fuses on fire with his sword. Make that make sense. Either that, or maybe Meta Knight can swing his sword so fast to catch his fire. Also, notice when he got shot out of that cannon, he was in his Mach Tornado form. That was pretty cool. And we have 18 lives, and we're only in the second part of this. And we go over here, secret room once again. Oh, that's here's a little carrot. I guess Meta Knight really likes carrots or something. If we hit this, all this lava spawns around us. Though, since we have ourselves a little built-in wing ability, it's easy to maneuver around. Ow. I said it's easier to maneuver around. Alright, we can get ourselves another free one-up right over here. Again, this game being overly generous with these, but we are going to need them later on. Let's see how fast I can do this. I mean, then again, this is timed anyway, so I think the devs intended you to speedrun this, actually. Alright, here we go with a collection of mid-bosses. It's Mr. Flosty once again. Ow. Goodbye, Mr. Flosty. That's why your business went out of business. And next is Bonkers once again. And down he goes, and next is Twin Puppy Bro Juniors, or Seniors. Alright, already got one of them dead, might as well just sit here blocking until he goes away. No, my Sword Knight is gone. How dare you kill him? Alright, before I do that, let me get a Blade Knight. I don't need a Sword Knight right now, might as well just stick with the Blade Knight. Alright, now our boss fight with Iron Man. This won't take long. And I think Meta Knight can shuttle loop as well, if I remember correctly. Either that or that's a thing he has in later games. Can he do that? Yeah, no, I don't think that was a thing until Return to Dreamland. Yeah, I do remember the upgrade items only spawning in through the space-time distortions. Or the abbreviation that I won't say of that term. Alright, time to grab the healing items, normally where the copy abilities would be. And it's time to fight Dyna Blade. I almost want to nickname her Dyna Blade, but now that'll get annoying pretty quickly. Alright, time for our boss fight for this. Alright, time to summon the great and almighty, powerful Mach Tornado! I mean, hey, if you like the jazz and put some said song. Alright, and she's already almost dead. Bye-bye, Mama Bird. Sorry I had to hurt you again. But the game keeps forcing me to. Also, hey, instead of Kirby teaching them how to fly, now it's Meta Knight doing that. Seriously, I really wish this scene was more referenced. Like Kirby going, hey, Dyna Blade, how are the kids? You know, in his ploy language that he would say in the anime. And I guess Meta Knight could do the same, I don't know. Well, according to the creator of Kirby, not Masahiro Sakurai, but the people who work at HAL Laboratories, modes like Meta Nightmare Ultra and what is it called? Guest Star Heroes in Star Allies aren't canon, apparently, which is kind of funny. And who will that be? And a lot of other modes we'll talk about in other Kirby games. As well as, Magolor's mode, that's clearly canon in Return Julian Deluxe, but modes like this, and Guest Star Heroes isn't canon, apparently. But next off, we're going to the Great Cave Offensive. I'd like everybody to answer this question. Once again, I know I asked this before, but what's so offensive about the Great Cave Offensive? I gotta know. And for some reason, Meta Knight just decides to go down a hole. Okay. But modes like this is also, what if Kirby never came to the planet Popstar, and somebody else had to deal with these on their own, deal with all the threats that go on in Dreamland on their own. And this will be referenced later on with King DDD in a certain later Kirby game I plan on playing on the channel, but that's just some other parts of Kirby lore that I've learned over the years. But anyways, just like in Kirby's version of Great Cave Offensive, I did not want to do that super jump. We can find treasures here, only every single treasure is replaced with some food items, that's it. As you can see there, there's a hot dog there instead of the treasure chest. That's normally there in Kirby's playthrough. Well, thanks, Mr. Crocodile. I got to eat this hot dog, and it wasn't for waste. Alright, we'll hit our way at him if you'd like. Alright, since we don't really need to get most of these treasures, might as well speed through this as quickly as possible. And there are also certain boss fights that Meta Knight doesn't have to deal with, though very few. Alright, we can avoid this little area, might as well get that healing item sitting there. So that, you all mentioned this when I inevitably do an unused content on this game. But that swinging waddle do is actually supposed to be in the original Kirby Superstar, but that ended up going unused in those games. Or in that game, I should say. Going down to this little ravine, there's a cherry over there, we do not need it. And Meta Knight can use his sword underwater as well. Just like Kirby can with his sword ability. I kind of wish there were other abilities that could be used underwater, not just sword hammer. Alright, since we don't really need you, might as well just let him fall down there. Just a lot faster way to get through that. I shot the wrong way, use the cannon again, there we go. Alright, the Plasma Wisp enemy, they kind of function in the fact that whatever, like they have the same number of shots you have if you were to use the Plasma ability, or play as the Plasma Wisp in the Heroes to Helper play mode. However, it's kind of random if they do a big charge, a little charge, and multi-laser charges. It's just random, it's just how the enemy works. I don't think there's any sort of attack pattern for it. Alright, Meta Knight can even cut these on his own, makes sense since he has the sword ability. His wings can even cut them too. And I guess Meta Knight likes ice cream now? For whatever reason. Didn't know he was that type of person. And there are many theories as to why Meta Knight chooses to conceal his face behind that mask. Like, since he's very clearly of the same species as Kirby, and the other Kirbys that we see in, like, Amazing Mirror. So maybe he just doesn't want to be seen as adorable or something. He wants to be more feared, or maybe he doesn't want to be anonymous with the fact that Kirby is related to the Dark God, Dark Matter, and as we've seen in Star Allies, Void. So that could be some theories as to why he wears his mask, and dons the identity of Meta Knight. Thank you for your safety checks. But anyways, fighting Fatty Whale once again. Alright, sometimes whenever he does that little wave attack, you can see we didn't really go anywhere. Just a few more hits and he's dead. Healing time. Alright, and that's one part of the great offensive cave out of the way. Now we can do this little minecart section, and Meta Knight even has a very unique sprite of him holding his cloak together. In the little minecart section. Man, imagine you're playing Minecraft and you can just run things over with your minecart. I'm surprised that isn't a thing in that game. Kind of like you can do here. There it is. And next we are in the Crystal Caves, I think this was called. I don't remember. Alright, this is a slight Metroidvania type style level as you've seen during Kirby's playthrough. We just need to find the exit, really, that's all. Or get that one up while we're at it. Alright, time to go through the door. And we have 3 separate doors we can go through. Actually, no, we only have 1 separate door. Never mind. I forgot about that, actually, and that'll be the same for a later zone we'll see in the game. In the Great Cave Offensive. Alright, I think it's time for us to use the Meta-Quick ability. Time to move faster than the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. And we're gonna fight the next boss in this here area, that being the computer virus. It was a really neat battle theme. Well, that took a little bit to load. Anyways, we'll fight the slime. This is the last time we'll see this guy. Alright, slime took 74 damage. You can try to fly around the attacks. Though the Blade Knight, it'll say the Blade Knight takes damage. That top screen over there, if you actually dodge the enemy attacks, it'll say, instead of the player put up their guard, it'll say that they evaded the attack instead. And the puppet also has a certain other attack where it does a stupid pose and it says it uses its swagger against the player, which is kind of funny. Look at that swagger. Anyways. Well, not as useful here as it is in Kirby game, or in the Pokemon games. No raising my attack but causing me confusion, thankfully. Imagine if that were the case. Ah, you missed me with your freezing spell. He doesn't have stage hazards in Smash Bros. Now, like Diddy Kong's bananas, for example, that's a stage hazard. You gained 154 experience. Not that it matters. Your heroism went up by 1. Your courage went up by 5. Your flashiness went up by 2. Your coolness went up by 3. Your spirit went up by 5. Your leadership went up by 3. Back when I'm gonna say something rather embarrassing. Back when I was in elementary school playing this game all the time in the 4th grade, I used to do this all the time, this boss fight all the time, as well as the one in Milky Way Wishes. Thinking that those stats actually mattered, but they don't. And I used to do it, like, on a daily basis, too, along with playing Pokemon Black back in those days. Now, I remember at that time I was training an evolution team as well. Funny, before Sylveon existed. But anyways, going into the store, we now end up in the old tower. We can just get straight... Yeah, everything's just blocked off. Like, the devs know we don't really care about this. So, because there's no point in exploring all of it. There's no point in finding treasure or anything as Meta Knight. Maybe they could have had some secrets for Meta Knight or something, but they just block it off. So, if anything, we just skip the Chameleon boss fight here, at least for now. And, just go over here. I mean, might as well be as quick as possible. Meta-Quick once again. We can open this here. Just to get this little thing with all the birds sitting inside, just for that grape. Just for those grapes. And there's a secret actually here that I didn't notice in Kirby's playthrough. Something I still need to do as well, actually. Get all the treasures, because there's something else I did off screen. Which is getting, well not getting all the treasures, but trying to get that treasure that's sitting back there normally, but no point in going back there. Alright, all the doors are once again blocked off. And in Kirby's playthrough, yeah, I'll probably just do that off screen. Ah, that free 1-up. Can I reset the door? No, I can't. Oh well, it's lost forever. Doesn't really matter anyways. But yeah, there's a certain treasure you can get under a waterfall that I didn't notice in Kirby's playthrough, and not gonna lie, I never knew it this whole time. Maybe I knew it back in elementary school and I just don't remember, but I don't know. As I mentioned, I had gotten 59 treasures back in elementary school, and I never could find out what the last one was, so I'm starting to think that was the last one that I was never able to find back then. Alright, use my spring upward. Go in here, we're gonna fight Wham Bam Rock once again. Oh yeah, we're in the opposite direction. I also noticed those little Kirby glyphs on those wall there. Anyways, Wham Bam Rock and Master Hand's inspiration once again. Alright, time to bring up my guard, like I'm playing Vanguard Zero, or Vanguard Deer Days. Gotta bring up my guard, so I don't take damage from the enemy. Or take very minimal damage. Alright, pathetic attack once again. Alright, get a little damage in there. Hit him once more, only about 2 more hits and he's done for. 1 more hit, I was wrong. And again, I know Meta Knight's sword is very strong. Heck, in the anime, Meta Knight's sword is shown to literally cleave through the earth, so yeah, it makes sense that he'd be able to cut straight through stone, right? Yeah, what multiple different boss themes can play at certain points of that game, as I mentioned in that playthrough. Alright, time to take the elevator up, and that's that for the Great Cave Offensive. I'm surprised there's no Great Opening Defensive, right? Okay. Anyways, with that being said, this mode is now done, and we're halfway through Meta Nightmare Ultra. Next up, Meta Knight's Revenge. Even though we're the ones going through his ship, whatever. You stop posing, just fly off, dude. You got literally no reason to do that other than to look cool. Alright, and we did that in just under 11 minutes. Let's save, because you know what they say, it's good to keep a record. And it's time to go on to Meta Nightmare's Revenge. Or Meta Knight's Revenge. Revenge of Meta Knight. I don't remember the title name. I don't know why you're flying your own ship. Makes me wonder who's controlling his ship, but whatever. Hey, look how fast he's flying, too. He's literally parting a part of the area that he's flying over. I wouldn't be surprised if this model for the halberd was taken straight from Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Looks similar to how it looks in that game. Alright, we are here now. Alright, let's get a move on. And once again, time to speedrun through this. And just like in Kirby's playthrough, we just defeat certain parts of Meta Knight's ship. Only this time there's no health bars. Well, health bars for said ship. And no dialogue either, which is sad, but whatever. I think this is literally only here just as an extra mode for this gameplay, but whatevs. Alright, I don't need to fight that guy. And again, we're fighting the Meta Knights. And once again, we're first fighting with Metal, or Heavy Lobster. And I think it's still on a timer, if I remember correctly. Either that, or once we defeat him, we get blown off the ship like in Kirby's playthrough. Alright, down you go. And time to heal before they fall off. Or before my partner dies. Alright, we're just gonna fly over all these guys because they're insignificant, and then as I say that, I'm attacking one of them. I mean, that's how Sephiroth's supposed to work. Because of his high frame data, you gotta kind of predict what your opponent's gonna do for most of his attacks to work. But anyways, our fight against Iron Ma'am. with the same color scheme she had in Dyna Blade. Alright, and there's the ship in the background flying off. Alright, we got ourselves a normal tomato, because again, men, I don't like maximum tomatoes for whatever reason. Into the door we go, and now we have ourselves a very boring auto-scroller. Again, never the best idea to put auto-scrollers in your game, because most of the time it really doesn't, in your platforming game more specifically, because most of the time, people don't really like them, because they tend to drag on a little bit and you can't go as fast as you'd like to. Especially in games like Sonic, you know, a game where you're supposed to be moving fast. But whatever. And same in like Mario Maker and whatever. When people make the auto-scrolling just a little too fast. That's another thing you gotta worry about when you do make an auto-scroller level. Gotta make sure it's not too fast for your player. Because if it's too fast, players can very easily get snagged at parts like this. Alright, time to take all the healing items, and we're gonna fight the Wispies again. There's an extra part over here. I never noticed this before. I wonder why that's locked off. Perhaps through hacking you might be able to actually go up there. Though it is. But there'd probably not be much up there anyways. And once again, I'm standing on his leaves. I always gotta do that every time I fight him. Alright, down goes this one, and now next for Twin Wiz. Y'all want to see two trees die on screen? Mach Tornado! Double knockout. Hey, it's only thematic to choose Midgar as the stage for that matchup. Alright, if you're that good with using Sephiroth. I still gotta keep up with my practice. I've been practicing, don't worry. I really should do online Smash Bros. I never did that. But anyways. Alright, we got ourselves some corn, and that shot Zo is kind of placed a little too far in my opinion. I think it should shoot just a little bit faster, but whatever. Because I think it just gives you a little too much time to get that item. Yeah, someone who mains Cloud. It's only thematic for that. Double twin bunkers. And one of them is dead. And down goes the other one. I like how one single swing from an ice sword can destroy mid-bosses like that once they're already dead. And I'm gonna go get the free things over here. And we have 24 lives. Very cool. Alright, into this door. Oh yes, I'll be practicing as well. I don't want to be rusty like I did for Dragon Ball FighterZ. Ow! Speaking of rusty, that was a rusty mistake of mine. I am not gonna make the same mistake, and nope, can't trick me, game. And once again, he can light the fuses, which is so weird. Oh, come on. Actually, I think this one was a joke one, if I remember correctly. Come on, get in the tank. It's so hard to get in here sometimes. Oh, come on. I tried to jump in here even once. There we go. Oh. Ow. That's just rude. Anyways. Alright, now we're just back onto the ship again. No Dyna Blade helping us this time. I mean, Kirby, I can kind of understand not really being able to get up here by himself. His flight does have limited capabilities, but Meta Knight can easily glide over here. Meta Knight has flown between galaxies before. Like, if he can't, like, he could cross the air pretty freaking easily. Now, time to heal before my partner dies. Alright, once again, the fight with the Meta Knights. His own crew is attacking him. Why? Maybe they're training him, I guess. The Meta Knight's far too strong for these losers. Or as a certain Green Lantern character would say, poosers. Alright, take this elevator upward. Through the little weapon thing they got going on over here. And who needs an elevator? We can just fly. I guess I need an elevator. That should have hit that block. Oh well, who cares? Yeah, sure. Not the biggest fan of that myself. Well, then again, we have Samus's outfit, so I guess it balances out a bit. And you know what I'm talking about when I say her outfits in Smash Bros. That she had even in back in Smash 4. Alright, now we should be fighting either Heavy Lobster again, or the Cannonball. Yeah, we're fighting the cannon. The main cannon, too. Alright, I'm gonna sit down here until that goes bye-bye. Yeah, I might even use Mach Tornado for this. Mach Tornado does instantly one-shot the cannon, too. The laser cannon. Now, my question is, why don't we have more outfits like that Zero Davis outfit, huh? I'd like to know. Alright, but anyways, Man Cannon 2 is down. Still don't understand why Meta Knight's destroying his own ship. Maybe he's just doing this for training. But again, like I mentioned, this part is most likely not canon to the Kirby lore anyways. And you'll definitely see why when we get to the final boss of this mode. Hint, it's not Marks, for those of you who might not already know. Ah, my... Come on. Get out of the way. I get the grapes. I like grapes. Alright, Mr. Flosty is back again to sell us his floss that we don't need. Showing it off indeed, I agree. Alright, into the door. And we can go through the shaft. Oh, come on. Alright, we can go over here for a quick auto- Ow! Come on, man. For a quick auto-scrolling section for no reason at all. But because you can. Oh wait, we have healing items. I was about to click quick heal, but nope, we don't need it. Can you get over here? Thank you. Alright, now we're gonna get chased by Heavy Lobster and yet another, whatchamacallit, auto-scroller. Yeah, I'm annoyed by that too. So much so that they actually, well, not Pyra, but Mythra, she has a skin that's just like her Smash Bros. Appearance in Xenoblade 2, but we'll talk about that when that playthrough inevitably comes by. And heck, actually, she had that outfit back when Smash Ultimate first came out, when she was just a spirit before she was a DLC character, specifically Mithra. But again, discussion for another day. And weirdly enough, people actually like that more than than her actual default appearance. But again, discussion for another day. I mean, it's gonna be a while before I do Xenoblade 2, now that Xenoblade X Definitive Edition is coming out. I plan on getting that first and doing that first, but otherwise. Let's talk Kirby and not Xenoblade. And down goes Heavy Lobster. Nah, I prefer X as a playable character in Smash Bros. As the second Mega Man rep, or Dr. Wily would be pretty cool. But nah, I prefer X. A lot of people prefer Zero, I prefer X. Or if it had to be— oh my— shit. I thought there was more down there. Oops. Y'all didn't see that. Also, I guess it's a good time to showcase it. When you die, you do lose all the points you accumulate. But who cares? We have 23 lives. We're fine. Because that's what I was trying to go for. This little area over here. Time to do Night Call once again. We got ourselves a Sword Knight for our troubles. But Tron wouldn't be a bad idea either. I mean, then again, she's already got Marvel vs. Capcom. She's fine. And maybe if I were to choose a Mega Man character for each Mega Man series, well, besides the Mega Men themselves, maybe based out of EXE for the Battle Network series for Star Force, maybe Rogue, I guess. For Zero series, well, obviously Zero himself, but maybe one of the Guardians, but again, discussion for another day with that. I keep saying, talk about Kirby, and I keep going off topic. Sorry for that. I use my sword beam to fire from there, and open up these gates. No point in going over there, no point in going over here either. Didn't know Meta Knight didn't know the layout of his own ship. Alright, and then we can also get into this here secret room as well, just like in Kirby's playthrough. Only a 1-up to make up for the life we just lost, and a piece of candy, which again, I didn't know Meta Knight liked candy. Speaking of which, I do have the Marvel vs. Capcom collection on my PS4. I didn't play it much, though. I should change that. I'm Reaper 4-3 and Infinite, though. Me, personally. And anyways, we're against the reactor. I don't think the Mach Tornado actually hurts the gem in the middle, so there's no point in using it. And destroying those little fire pillars does bring up... you know what, might as... oh, get out of the way before that hits me. I might as well use the Mach Tornado. I'm just waiting for that to show up, just to showcase that Mach Tornado doesn't really work against this. Okay, never mind, it does. I look stupid. I completely forgot about that, not gonna lie. Oh, and down goes Meta Knight's ship. Burning in blazes. Again, I don't know why the hell he did that to his own ship, but whatever. And now, onward to level 5 in the final mode of Meta Knight Mare Ultra. Alright, we did that in under 14 minutes. I wonder what the world record of this mode is. I'm genuinely curious. But anyways, we're now in the cosmos. Flying up to space. And this is where that feat I mentioned earlier about a few minutes ago, about how Meta Knight can cross a galaxy. And he's kind of doing that right here. More like a solar system. This is more of a solar system than a galaxy, but whatever. And it's not very similar to the map that we see in Kirby 64. These are completely different planets to those. But anyway, starting off with the grass planet. I forgot its name, not gonna lie. The grass area or whatever. Alright, nothing over here. And just like with the treasures in Great Cave Offensive, the copy instances are replaced with food items. And I will show that right over here. Because if we go down here... Yep, just a grape instead of the ice copy essence. No Ben's Henning for Meta Knight over here, sadly. Alright, we can go over to this side. And we can go right back in here if we want to change the environment. We can go in here, get ourselves an ice cream cone instead of the cutter ability. Alright, now we're in the autumn area. And here we go again, our fight with Twin Woods. You want to see two trees die again? Well, here you go. And they didn't exactly die, but you know what, they might as well have. Alright, 2 more gifts. I'll be waiting for that, thank you. Speaking of Pokemon Violet, I got VGC to practice and do after this. Especially the recent tournament that happened this past weekend at the time of me making this video. EUIC. What a great tournament. I still really need to sign up for one of these days. But whatevs. Alright, time to go in this here door. I took damage again, but hey, I got a carrot. Time to get into the cannon before it runs out of fuse. Don't know how that fuse is working underwater, but you know what? I'm not complaining. Free one up. Legacy's coming, don't shit. My Blade Knight's dead. It would be a shame if I can call back a new one. And I'm glad Meta Knight has just a normal sword slashing attack down here instead of a like sword circular attack. That would be a little annoying to control, I think. I mean, Kirby doesn't have that in this game either, but still. Might as well leave Discount Magikarp alive. Alright, here we are with the Meta Knights once again. We can go in this here door and get ourselves a nice little boss fight. Or just a mid-boss fight. And you know who it is if you've seen the previous modes. Alright, make sure both of these are open so that Blade Knight coming down doesn't hurt us. And now we are against the mid-boss Jakid. We haven't fought him this whole time up until now, I think. Or did we fight him once? I don't remember. Ow, he tossed me. That's rude. You rude dude. Anyways, time to drink a little orange juice. It's orange juice, right? It's not alcohol? Okay, I hope so. I mean, if it was alcohol, it's not getting past the censors. And then again, Nintendo does have a small history of having alcohol in some of their Japanese releases, but then getting censored for Western releases for obvious reasons. But yeah. I mean, I remember that censor being a thing in Super Mario Kart on the SNES. That's just one of those many examples. And we should have found our way out of this here maze. I also think Meta Knight's running animation is kind of funny looking, I guess. The running animation he has in Smash Bros. Is better. Anyways, Fatty Whale once again with his pinkish color scheme. He's no harder than he was before, he's got the same exact moves. One thing I do like about some of these bosses, they have plenty of different moves, so, you know, their movesets never feel too stale, and you really learn the moves, too. Yes, I know. Don't worry, you'll be able to test said teams. I mean, are you planning on using those on... Well, not on the ladder, I know you don't do that, but... You plan on using those against the NPCs? You can always test them against those, too, if you'd like. In the Blueberry Academy, like I do sometimes. Oh. I got hit. And again, there is a certain mode I was doing off-screen for this. And you'll see what I'm talking about later on, actually. And I somehow forgot he was going to do that against me. fought the same bosses so many times over. But anyways, we are now on Sky High, the planet. Makes me think of that one high school superhero movie. Man, I kind of miss that movie. Oh well. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, look up the Sky High movie. But whatevs. Pretty sure it was called Sky High, right? It should have been. I might be misremembering, but I think it was called Sky High. Because get it, it's a high school in the sky where a bunch of superhero kids are? Whatever. It's like Shark Boy and Lava Girl, if you all remember that too. I think. But anyways, here's where the wheelie ability was, and we got ourselves a baby bottle with some milk in it. Okay, we totally need that. There's apparently a glitch that happens in this room, but I don't know how to trigger it, I'll be honest. And I'm not gonna try. Alright, here's a mid-boss fight with Poppy Bros Jr. or Senior, and a few Poppy Bros Juniors, and they're dead. Alright, before I kill them, let me heal, so I can get the point of 5. Could've sworn I know he gave you 3, but I guess the Meta Knights give you 3 for each one that you defeat. Alright, just getting out of your way. Not this room. Let's go over here instead. Alright, here it is. If that's how you train your Pokemon, depending on what role of Pokemon you want is. Oh, that's great. Alright, but once again, we're against Kracko. Don't smoke Kracko, kids! Let me stop. I mean, then again, that is an important lesson to know. And down he goes. Do get 10 points for a boss you beat. In this mode, might as well heal real quick so my Blade Knight doesn't die. Again, the partner I have in this game is not the best. And like I mentioned, I should have mentioned this in Helpers to Heroes, but in that mode specifically, if you choose to have one partner with you instead of going at it solo, certain bosses will have more HP, and that's most notable with the computer virus boss fight. My raid boss team? Is that the team of my King Gambit? Actually, yeah, you never did fight that team with your future team, that's right. Alright, keeping a move on here. Even though Regulation H is over, we can still do that, that's okay. At the time of me making this video, of course. Alright, I'm just gonna go over here. I want that healing item, and before my partner dies... you know what? They can take a few more hits. Alright, we can fly up here. And we have ourselves a fight with Bugsy once again. A bug fighting type. Thankfully, I have my flying type moves. Too bad I can just bring back another partner. Oh! Ow. I was careless. But anyways, let's get a move on. Just wanted to get that healing item. Oh yeah, no way I'll be able to go in there. Well, at least without taking damage. And I think I'm gonna try to get that one up over there as well. Can't touch me with those bombs, dude. Haha, blew yourself up, loser. Alright, now we just need to carefully fly through this. Ow. Alright, there's a one-up sitting down there. I want to have it. Ow. That's fine, we can just damage boost. Alright, time to use the cannons. And I can get that one up down there if I want to, or either that or I guess I'm locked out of it now, but that's alright. Because there's another one right over here. Alright, time to go in here. Now we have our fight, and only fight in this mode against Camellia Arm. And this is pretty much the second to last time I think I'll be fighting him in this playthrough. Actually, third to last time. Yeah, that team. I didn't call it the raid boss team, I just say King Gambit's like a raid boss, but still. If it gets fully set up, that is. Alright, just keep standing there, Camellia Arm. My partner's dead again. Stop killing my partners. I know the AI isn't the best, but still. Alright, next up, the cave planet Cavius. And just like before, it's just a bunch of mid-bosses here. We just need to find the exit. It's slightly Metroidvania-ish, but not really. Alright, first fight against Chef Kawasaki. And the last time, actually the second to last time we fight him in this mode. Alright, next up, Poppy Bros Sr. Dies in 4 hits. Pathetic. But at least we get some healing items out of it. And maybe I should show off the other boss fights you can do in this mode. Or in this area, I should say. Like we have this one with Bonkers. Yeah, that's if you can even get off the attack. That is. Alright, we can go down here to end off this area, but we're not gonna end it just yet. Because now, up next, is Iron Man with her green color scheme. Missed me. Can't touch me with that attack. Alright, down you go. And we can find both Jakid and Mr. Flosty down here as well. But you just gotta go in certain directions in order to find them. I think we were already down here before. Alright, here we go. This is Jakid once again. It kinda looks like he's wearing some weird slippers, too. Just looks kinda funny. I've said it before, I know it's a gi, but back when I was in elementary school, I really thought he was wearing a lab coat or something. Alright, down you go. And now we continue this way in this little labyrinth. Yeah, that's why we weren't able to continue that battle. Alright, Mr. Flosty once again. And this is the last uh-oh. I'm being eaten. Ow. Man, that's just rude, Mr. Flosty. You that angry that I didn't buy your floss that time, huh? Anyways, might as well heal that off. But anyways, that's all the mid-bosses down here. We can find our way out of here now. There's this here area as well. And it's just kind of here just for this little item. And in Kirby's playthrough, there's a one up here. You know, let's get through this a little faster. Time to go speed. I am speed. Look how fast I'm running. I'm the fastest thing in the universe, man. Ow. I said I'm the fastest thing in the universe, ow. Anyways, now our final mid-boss in this mode, Bugsy. Once again, bug fighting type. No match for my flying and steel type attacks, most of them are flying type attacks. Alright, now this here area. And then you immediately replace that same data in like an hour. And we did lose a lot of good time, sadly. You're right about that. Alright, time to open us this here shaft. Let's go down here. Alright. We got ourselves another free one-up. We have 31 lives. Well, we'd have 32 if I didn't die earlier in the episode, but whatever. I didn't really get to face the feeling team either, yeah. Alright, in here we go. And now we're against Wham Bam Rock one last time, at least in this mode. Gonna fight him just like Kameliar, I'm gonna fight him at least 2 more times in this playthrough. And you'll see why in later episodes. Once again, very predictable moveset. Time to guard against his attacks. Let's not get too comfortable. We still have 2 other planets to deal with. And then a final boss. And down he goes. Alright, time to fly on through here. Alright, we can go over here for some extra goodies. Just a 1-up. Like we need any more of these. Though, if you don't know the boss fight that's coming up, you're gonna need those extra lives if you're unfamiliar with said boss. I don't think I'm gonna need that many of them per se, but for newer players, they might need it. But anyways, let me get back a new partner. Another Blood Knight. I can at least get the 1-up on one of those food items. Yep, make sure everything works just fine with technology. So sometimes I have issues with technology. It makes me never want to pick up technology again, even though technology is kind of my life, as you can see. If it wasn't my life, would I be sitting on here right now? No, I wouldn't. Anyways, get this little hot dog just because. Alright, nothing special up here. Alright, I'm gonna heal so I can get ranged attacks with my sword beams. Just to make hitting those a little bit easier. Alright, and now we're at the second to last part of this stage. We got ourselves some eggs just sitting there. I don't think Midnight wants to eat eggs off the floor, but whatever. Alright, last set of mid-bosses we have to worry about. Well, second to last set of mid-bosses. I know I technically don't have to fight all of them if I don't want to, but I will. Mr. Frosty, your business went out of business again. Alright, next up, Jakid once again, and this is the last time we fight him for the rest of this mode. Down you go. Alright, Chef Kawasaki is next. Weirdly enough, not with a different color scheme like the other mid-bosses. Seriously, that ladle attack is pitiful. Like, it's so much better in Star Allies, but whatever. Alright, Bugsy is up next. I guess he never learns that flying types have the advantage against fighting in bug types. Yes, I get it. That joke's getting a little old, I guess. It's like the 4th time I made that joke. So I'll stop making it. Alright, next up, Poppy Bros Sr. And he's dead. Alright, and a blue Bonkers. Which is kind of funny, actually. A really cool Bonkers color scheme. Alright, down he goes. And we're not going to go in the store just yet. We got one more mid-boss to handle, and we all know who it is. Everyone's totally not favorite. Iron Man with another different color scheme. Weirdly enough, I think Iron Man... Actually, I could be wrong, but I think Iron Man is the only mid-boss in this game to have 3 different color schemes. Actually, that's not true. I think Bonkers has one too, but otherwise. Alright, this here, I don't think you... Actually, you can get this if you use the Mach Tornado attack. That didn't... Okay, that didn't work. I guess my sword beams don't work either. I think you need to stand really close to the edge, but otherwise... No, yeah, it does work. Okay, there you go. And we got 3 1-ups. Just sitting right here. 36 lives now. It's impossible for me to lose. Imagine if I said that and I lost. Anyways. Alright, Heavy Lobster is our next boss. And the third to last boss we have to handle in this mode. Alright, down he goes. And now, The final planet before the final boss, Half Moon. The Eternal Planet. Alright, before my partner dies. My partner died. Whatever, that's okay. We could kill off some of these enemies too and actually grind up our points. Alright, and just like in Kirby's playthrough, we can fly through all this if we want to, using that warp star, but I'm not gonna do that, because where's the fun in that? We're gonna fly through this whole gauntlet of enemies, including this little electrical shaft thing, or whatever it is. Ow. Boy, I love getting zapped. You do not want to get hit with these things. The reason being is, if you get hit, you are going to fall into the pit. By the electrical boxes, I mean. Alright, now we skipped that whole section. I'm gonna bring my partner back, and let's heal. Alright, those guys are dead. I could use the minecarts if I wanted to. I'm trying to get down here, come on. Yes, there we go. And now mirror ability is replaced with some shaved ice. Nothing, just me humming a song I was listening to for a sec while I'm doing this. And just like before, I'm not gonna skip through all this. Let's go through it the old-fashioned way. Not getting hit with the electrical boxes. That's the true challenge. Can you get off me? That'd be nice. Ow. I got hit by the electrical boxes. Alright, another 1-up for us. And this is the final set of mid-bosses we have to worry about for the rest of this mode. Chef Kawasaki and Iron Man. And I'm taking a lot of unnecessary damage. But at least Chef Kawasaki is dead. Alright, let's heal up our partner. And we're at the final part of this stage before the boss against the computer virus for one last time. Alright, and in here, to get ourselves a strawberry from the ninja ability that's normally here. Keep on flying upward. And all those healing items that are normally here are not here anymore. So I guess it's supposed to be like a pseudo-hard mode of Kirby's playthrough, but with Meta Knight, only it's overall much easier because look at all these 1-ups. They're still really generous with them. But anyways. Alright, I'm not going to use up any of my items here because we're going to need those for the final battle. Alright, against the Magician. The Magician gets to attack first. Let's fly over their attacks. Blade Knight took damage. I don't like that. And again, just like I mentioned earlier against the computer virus, this is the mode I used to do. This specific part of the computer virus fight I used to do back in elementary school, thinking those stats that you get at the end of the battle actually meant something. Then again, I really hated reading back then and still kind of do hate reading, not gonna lie, but Evil Knight has shown up. So it's probably why I didn't bother actually reading the thing and seeing the part where it said, now that it matters. You took 74 HP. And damn it, ah. Knife attack, so annoying. Man, I took damage. Alright, game, don't rub it in. I know it's a skill issue, man. I can't hit me with your star attack. I got hit with the star attack. Alright, one more good damage output, and he's done. Alright, let's heal real fast. And one hit should do it. We get ourselves some energy back. Alright, next against an orange-colored Great Dragon. Great Dragon, I mean, these guys are also another set of bosses, specifically this version of the computer virus. Also, I forgot there was a little extra part of that text where it says 0 restore HP. That's pretty cool. Alright, he's flapping his gigantic wings. Well, the partner's doing a better job at dodging than I am. Ow. Alright, fire breath attack. That's okay. 56 damage. But yeah, this version of the computer virus seems to have different colors as well, depending on which one. If you're fighting them in Heroes to Helper, they'll have that color scheme they have there. You have this orange one here in Meta Nightmares mode. And in the True Arena, they have a different color scheme as well as in Kirby's playthrough of Milky Way Wishes. Alright, the Great Dragon is almost dead. Alright, Blade Knight's likely gonna die, and that's okay. Alright, all you're doing is delaying inevitable by petrifying yourself, which is really annoying. Also, the boss fight music that plays here is really neat, too. Alright, he's dead, but that's okay. I can call upon a new partner right over here, only for 2 points. Down he goes. Alright, you beat the Great Dragon, Meta Knight, and Friend. You beat all the enemies. It should be in Friends, but okay. You gained 110, 101 experience. Not that it matters. Your flashiness went up by 1. Your trustworthiness went up by 5. What the hell does that do? Whatever. Your charisma went up by 4 if it mattered. Your foot speed went up by 4. Your spirit went up by 5. Your leadership went up by 4. And sometimes it will even say the sharpness of your sword went up. But it's time for the final boss. And time for some dialogue, too. And Meta Knight uses the 7 stars, Legend of the 7 Stars, anybody? To summon the Galactic Nova once again. After Kirby supposedly destroyed it. Which he did do. Ready? I will grant you one wish. I think I'm going to do Meta Knight Smash Bros. Voice for this. My one wish is to become stronger. So I wish to fight the greatest warrior in the galaxy. So I wish to fight. I missed that part of the dialogue. Okay. And by the strongest warrior in the galaxy, you'll see who I'm talking about in just a second. You will now fight a warrior who was sealed away for the fear his power. For fear his power was too great. It's Galactonite. Y'all remember him from Star Allies, right? I will now summon this great warrior once more. And from Return to Dreamland? Well, this is the game where he originated in. Notice, alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Notice the greatest warrior in the galaxy. He was sealed away because he's so strong he could effortlessly rip apart planets and whole solar systems. And it's theorized that he was actually sealed away by the 4 heroes of yore that sealed away Void and Star Allies. But here is the final boss of this mode. Like I mentioned earlier, Aunt Marks is this big bad guy. And we're gonna need 50 points on all the lives that we got, because this guy, he's pretty difficult. Mostly, though, if you're good with the Meta Knight fight, you're not gonna have too much trouble here, though he does take quite a few hits. And we're on an unknown planet. Against Galactonite. Versus Galactonite. This legend was sealed away long ago because of his power. He defies time to challenge you. I mean, we're the ones who wished him here, but whatever. And this is another part of the reason why people generally believe this mode, and it was confirmed by the creators of this game, that this mode is not canon to any Kirby lore. Alright, he'll sometimes go into the middle of the screen, summon this giant laser, you can fly over him to dodge it. He does use this laser attack in later games like Return to Dreamland and in Planet Robobot. In my opinion, this is his second hardest fight. And also, if you try to use Mach Tornado against him, it'll do pretty minimal damage. Alright, sometimes he'll go off screen to summon other members of the Meta Knights. They're literally just recolored Meta Knights, that's it. That's kinda it. Oof, that did some damage. Time to heal. Alright, you notice his multi-sword attack does have more range than Meta Knight's. He can even summon his own Mach Tornado. But it does more damage. And you get a bit of space to attack him, actually, though Meta Knight's sword does such minimal damage. He has another attack, where he'll bring out pillars of fire from the ground. Which is a pretty neat attack, though very easily dodged. Alright, he has another one. He's gonna summon his laser. Easily fly around it like that. Yeah, look how little damage he takes. It's kind of funny, actually. And the Mach Tornado, don't even rely on the Mach Tornado. You gotta save your, your charge for healing attacks. Alright, just like this. Alright, our Blade Knight is dead, but that's okay. Alright, he's gonna do his Mach Tornado attack again. I do have more experience with this fight. I did say it was pretty hard, but you do very minimal damage to him. But why don't we use the Mach Tornado attack? And I'll show you how little damage it does. It really doesn't hit him that much. See, look how little damage that did. But it's enough to put him in KO range. Bye-bye, Galactonite. Strongest warrior in the galaxy, my ass. That's Meta Knight. Alright, and this little cutscene will play of Galactonite being destroyed. A lot of his attacks are later on used in Return to Dreamland and Planet Robobot, as well as the Morpho Knight fight in Star Allies. Alright, down goes Galactonite. And we are now the strongest warriors in the galaxy because of it, and his wings got torn apart. And for some reason the sun and the moon aren't fighting, they're just dancing in harmony again for whatever reason, I don't know. The end of Meta Nightmare Ultra. And now no critics this time. Took us just under a half hour to do this. We could have done it a bit faster, I think. And look at that, you can even time challenge yourself if you'd like to with these different top 3 modes. I used to do that all the time back in elementary school, as I mentioned. And now in a nice little cutscene to end things off. Oh yeah, little orange butterfly is just sitting there. Well, that's a pink butterfly, so never mind. And Midnight's just standing there after the long journey he was on. Alright, and just credits roll. Too bad I can't skip them, so I guess we might as well just sit through this. Midnight just standing there having a quiet afternoon with his sword in the ground for some reason. Funny how Galaxia never really had a sheath. Speaking of Galaxia, I think I mentioned this in my Return to Dreamland Deluxe playthrough. But Midnight, his sword is called Galaxia, not specifically in this game. But that was the name his sword was given in the anime. And so that later became canon in the games, starting with Squeak Squad, I'm pretty sure. And I guess while we're here, might as well just talk about, I mean, this mode's pretty decent. It's literally just the same 5 first modes you start off with the game, except for Gourmet Race, of course. Just you're playing as Midnight, a combination of the sword and wing ability, that's pretty much it. And, like, I do like the final boss being different than just Marks all over again. Because Marks is much easier than Galactonite, since Galactonite's literally just a Midnight clone, so if you're good with the Midnight fight, you're good with the Galactonite fight. Definitely harder in this game, in my opinion, than he is in Return to Dreamland. And then by extension, the Morphonite fight in Star Allies. Though there's a certain other fight in Planar Robobot I think is... Actually, no, I think this is the hardest iteration of him. While his fight... And even then, you have all those handicaps in this fight because of that. Like the healing, the partner, etc. Mark Tornado, all of that. And in Planar Robobot, when you fight him in that mode, you have those same hacks as well, so... And again, that's a discussion for another day. We'll get back to that when I eventually play that game on this channel. But still, that's many of the other things that I'm mentioning. But otherwise, it's fun playing as Midnight for a bit. This isn't the first time you get to play as him. You play as him just throughout the main story again. Back in Nightmare in Dreamland, and later on in Planar Robobot. And then, once again, if you choose to, in Star Allies, and so on. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if a future game we have another mode where you play as Midnight, or as King DDD, or as Magalore, like in Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Who knows, maybe if... I've heard that there were leaks that the 3DS Kirby games might get ports on Switch 2 when that comes out. And before the Switch 2 was even announced, so... On Switch, if that happens, hey. Just like with Return to Dreamland Deluxe, perhaps we'll see a Triple Deluxe Deluxe, and a Planar Robobot Deluxe, and we'll get a separate mode where you get to play as Taranza and Susie respectively, something like that. And then they have their own little special final bosses and stuff. We might see that, who knows? I hope this ages well. And if it does, I want somebody to comment that on YouTube, on this video, but otherwise. I don't know why Marks just showed up in that little picture there, we don't fight him in this mode, but who cares? Oh, I don't really have much else to say, but the credits are over now. And then we just talk about copyrights. And once again, I really like this little HAL Laboratory logo. Just the little dogs with the eggs in the nest. I think after 2011, we really don't see this logo anymore, and it makes me sad. It's such a cute logo. Like, we'd see it in the N64 games all the time, in the GameCube Nintendo games, like in Smash Melee, in Wii games, and honestly, around the 8th generation console era, we don't see this logo anymore. And again, just makes me sad, even though HAL Laboratory still develops the current Kirby games to this day, so it's kind of funny. But, whatevs. Midnight just flies through the sky. Or the galaxies. And in that ending cutscene, that was them also flying through the galaxies, and more. There is one other mode that we must do before we get to the bonus episodes. With that being said, The bonus movie, Fly Mennonite, is now in theaters. In the theater, which is right over here. We unlock theater, things that we can watch. Special announcement! You can now play the nostalgic Samurai Kirby, which was in the original Kirby 64 as a sub-game. And now you can now play the final game, the True Arena. And that will be the finale before we get to the bonus episodes where we play the sub-games, we get through Hero to Helper and see the final thing we can get there, as well as, you know, the arena and the true arena without an ability. So that's what we will do. And you can see here the difficulty is at maximum level. The last battle, without a doubt, beat 10 tough foes, including the final 4. Ooh, who are they, I wonder? All the new bosses are here. Beat them to be the true master. Silly game, I'm already a true Kirby master. And I've proven it numerous times. But anyways, with that being said, in the next episode and the finale for this series, until we get to the bonus episodes, we do the True Arena with Kirby. So if y'all enjoyed this and you want to see more, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and follow. Hit one of the videos you see on the screen now on YouTube and that bell button for more. I'm going to give a special thank you to Eren for joining me once again for this wonderful video. As well, this video is sponsored by the wonderful peeps at W. Just hit the link in the description below. Use the code provided to get a wonderful discount on your wonderful food and drink order. I recommend the Dragonade flavor. And one other thing I want to show off real quick before we end this off. Y'all remember what I said? I was doing a lot of things off screen? Well, this is what I did off screen. I did every single enemy on here in this mode off screen, since, you know, it'd be boring to see me fighting the same boss over and over again with different enemies, except for the sword knot. I'm going to leave this for last and for good reason. But anyways, let's go back and continue my outro. Alright, and a consideration question of the day? Would you like to see more, well, would you like to see more modes with Meta Knight in later games? Well, aside from Planet Robobot, and why? And consider becoming a YouTube member for $3 a month and a Twitch subscriber for $6 a month for wonderful bonuses such as ad-free experience. And this video is also sponsored by the wonderful people at W. Just hit the link in the description below. Use the code provided to get a wonderful discount on your wonderful and drink order. I recommend the Dragonade flavor. So, with that being said, let us end this off with a quick raid, and today we shall raid. Just looking at some things. Alright, trying to see who's alive right now. Alright, who did you want me to raid again? Trying to see who you wanted me to raid again. Alright, Hesitated Cobra Gaming. Let's go give him your unwavering love and support. Alright, as soon as this loads in, it's taking a bit. There we go. Alright, here he is. He's playing Marvel Spider-Man. Send him your unwavering love and support. Alright, thank you everybody for watching. Have a terrific day. See you in the finale.